Hi, I just wanted to put a little intro before this one. This is a new video kind of series that I'm going to do called Storytime with Sean, as you guys could probably tell. In it, I will be reading a short story that I wrote for you guys to listen to. There won't be any video going with it, it'll just be audio, so when you're listening to this, you can just kind of put it up in the background and do something else. Um, there's not really much intro otherwise to this, so I'm just going to lead you into the story, which is um, The Perils of Curses in Space. So, with that, the story will start. When you think of the future and intergalactic spaceflight, your mind probably jumps to some pretty cool looking spaceships, right? Ships that are beautiful, sleek, deadly, and functional. They're all roaming about the galaxy. If you looked upon a collection of spaceships most famous for their design, you would be in awe. Each one is unique and stunning, and looks as if it was crafted with love. With one exception. That ship is the Hex Bag, and is only famous because of its design, in the sense that it is terrible. It looks as if someone took a very tiny bookstore, smashed a very poorly designed jet plane into it, and finally added tons of little bits that look spacey, in the hopes that they would provide some use. Despite the Hex Bag being what some people would call a hunk of junk, someone actually does own and pilot the hunk of junk. The owner/pilot is a fairly adept witch, named Emily. Emily travels the universe, with her raven familiar, Crow, offering her witchy services to anyone willing to pay and take it seriously. Considering all that science has done for everyone, not many are willing to give magic much of a chance, despite it being a very real thing. This means that work isn't always easy to come by for Emily. But luckily, she is one of just a very few actual witches, and one of an even more exclusive group of witches willing to travel great distances through space. If you need a spell, a blessing, a magic crystal, or would just like to learn about magic yourself, Emily is your witch. The only thing she won't do is curse someone she doesn't know. However, she will sell you all the supplies and instructions on how to curse someone herself. She might not think it's right to curse someone who hasn't wronged her, but she still has to eat, and non-witches kind of suck at magic, even with the right tools. Despite all this, given her infamous ship and reputation as a pretty good witch, she still finds cursed people trying to hunt her down and blow her up. She has nearly eliminated this minor occupational hazard by offering a curse removal service. Sadly, some people don't really read her offer services, especially if they are too caught up in being cursed. This long setup has explained why she's currently facing down the guns of a giant military capital ship. It would seem that someone has cursed a very powerful general, and he decided Emily is to blame. "Listen here, I and my crew have been cursed with fart breath. That is, breath that constantly smells of farts. And you are to blame," the general yelled at Emily over the radio. Emily rubbed her temples, sighed, and replied, "I did not curse you, nor your crew. I don't just go about cursing people. There's a whole thing about it. However, I can fix your curses for a small fee. That is a service I do offer." "No, I want all witches destroyed. I don't care who cursed me, you're all bad, and I will blow you up now," the general screamed in a very stinky voice. "Wait, don't you want me to uncurse you first? I mean, I can understand your anger, but do you really want to have fart breath forever?" General, sir, she does have a point. I don't really want fart breath anymore. No cute girls will talk to me. And do we really have to blow her up?" asked a soldier next to the commander, who politely put a hand over his mouth. "Of course we do. She is an evil witch, and we blow up evil," the general farted back to his soldier. "Okay, let me put you on hold for a minute. My business associate will have to ask you a few questions to get this process going," Emily explained before putting the call on hold. "What an asshole." Crow spoke up. Are we really going to uncurse him? I was barely paying attention, and I hate him already." "No, we aren't. We will uncurse the crew. They don't seem so bad. As for him, I'm going to turn him into an overweight chicken, because those are cute, and harmless, and funny. Need to grab some books and stuff? Just keep him busy for like 5 minutes," Emily replied as she tossed papers and crystals about, looking for just the right things. Crow took the general off hold, and began to read from the Uncurse questionnaire. "Hello, sir. To begin the process of uncursing you, I will have to ask you a few questions. Please answer them truthfully, and the process will go much smoother. Are you ready?" "Are you a talking raven?" the general asked in bewilderment. "Of course, sir. Moving on. Where were you cursed?" Crow picked up a pen and prepared for his answer.
"We were on the 6th moon of Flabberskew."
"Okay. Why were you cursed, and what did the witch say as they cursed you?"
"We were ordered to take over the moon, to set up a military base. Most of the people there just surrendered, except for the witch. She refused, so I pushed her down and kicked over her cauldron. Then she said to me,
'You are an asshole. My witch powers tell me this for sure, but I can see it in how you treat others. May your mouth and all the mouths that follow you fart as you speak. Forever!'
Then she waved her hands about and ran away cackling."
Crow stifled a laugh. "Okay, we may need additional information to remove this curse. Let me check." Crow turned around and Emily gave him a wild hand gesture that signified she needed a little more time. Crow began to ask a bunch of questions that really had nothing to do with anything, as Emily went through more papers and grabbed crystals, and herbs, and liquids, and all sorts of tools. After a while, Emily sat down in her power circle, and cleared her throat, signifying to Crow that she was ready. "Okay, thank you for all that. We will be started with the removal of the curse now." Emily laid out her crystals at specific points, mixed some herbs and things into a drink, and then drank it, and began a chant. "General, you dummy. That curse was quite funny. I will fix your crew, but I won't fix you. You are an ass. You deserve that gas. Suck it up, you stupid schmuck. Live with what you were stricken, and become a cute fat chicken." There was a poof of smoke, and where the general sat was a cute little chubby chicken, with a cute little military hat, and a few cute medals on his chest. The nearby soldiers began to laugh and cheer and take some pictures. Now, I hope they read the situation right, and you guys really hated that general. Also, you should be free of your own fart breath, and the only thing I ask is that you guys don't blow me up. Oh, and be a little more careful when dealing with witches in the future. The soldiers thanked Emily, and she saved a picture of the chicken general, considering how proud she was of that. Her and Crow went on with their merry way, with the hopes that they wouldn't run into anyone who was cursed for quite some time. The end. Okay, so that was, as I said, the Perils of Curses in Space. That was my first story in the Storytime with Sean series. Just want to put a little outro here. It's just saying that, that's over. I wrote this story, and I will continue writing stories and probably doing this. I don't know how regular it's going to be. I might shoot for every other week for now. I have other things that I need to get done. I don't want to have this eat up too much time in the meantime. But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment or something if you did. I think I will do a standard YouTube thing here and say that, like the video, subscribe, share it with some friends. Be nice to have other people see this. And if you listen to the whole thing, thank you very much. I don't know what's going to happen. For now, I'll probably just continue writing whatever stories come to my mind. In the future, I may look for prompts, so if you have any ideas about a story or whatever, feel free to send them my way. And that's the end of this video, so thank you for listening, like I said. Hope to have you guys come back for the next Storytime with Sean.